season premiere of Life After Lockup with Daniel and Bianca. Daniel's been out of prison for 5 months now. He said it's been a roller coaster ride since he's been out, and he decided to move into this apartment with Bianca. They got a new apartment, and it's actually the same apartment that they're in that body cam footage I covered on my channel like a month ago. I just find that interesting to see like how they started and where it ended. And Bianca isn't working at the time. She's just mostly chilling at the apartment most of her days. And Daniel said he's been encouraging her to find work, but Bianca doesn't act like she wants to get a job anytime soon. And he said that she's just been recklessly spending her settlement money. She must have got herself a nice little amount. I remember this girl that was talking to Daniel, she told me that Daniel allegedly told her that Bianca ended up getting a lot less money than he thought she did. So I used to think like, oh, maybe she got like 100, 200,000 plus. But after I heard that, I'm like, okay, maybe she only got like 30, 50,000. She's got to at least have like 50,000 or so left in the bank for her to be sitting so comfortably and not in any type of rush to get a job. And Daniel, he is driving now. He has his own little car, and he has a breathalyzer in his car that he has to breathe into every single time that he gets behind the wheel. Those things are not cheap either. I used to have an old friend who had one, and he was always bitching about how expensive it was. He said it was like a few $100s to get it installed, and then he had to pay like $100 a month for maintenance fees, and he was like living paycheck to paycheck, so that was a lot of money for him. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. My friend told me this, so I don't know if it's still currently that expensive or if it's that expensive everywhere, but I just remember hearing it back then. I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money for someone getting right out of prison. And Daniel, he has been working out a lot. Like, his fitness journey is something that's really important to him, and he gives credit to that for helping keep him out of trouble since he's been out of prison. So he went to this gym, and it's called Barbell Says, and it's this gym that allows you to go there for free and work out as long as you're in recovery and working the program. And I think that is so cool. Like, if only they had more places like that for people to find better hobbies, you know, replace your negative hobbies with good ones. At first, when he was explaining it, and he's like, yeah, so they believe if you work out, then that'll help you achieve sobriety. And I was like, oh God, I hope they're not just teaching like, okay, work out and you'll never get high again. Because, I mean, it takes a lot more than just working out. But once he showed up there with Bianca, which I'm surprised he was able to get Bianca to go along with him. But I was impressed with this gym. So he shows up, and it's like a little meeting at first. They sit down, they talk about what they're grateful for, like big changes in their lives since they gotten sober and things that they don't miss now that they have gotten clean. Like, one guy's like, yeah, I don't miss having to deal with the police all the time. Then they got to Bianca, and Bianca was like, yeah, I no longer drink because I just don't like how it's making me feel. And I just thought she was just saying what she had to say to get into the free gym, you know, since you have to be in recovery to go there, which saves people like Daniel a lot of money, you know, because gym memberships are expensive. So she said that she was sober, and I thought she was just saying that. But come to find out, she really has quit drinking. She said that she didn't want to be a bad influence on Daniel, and she didn't like how it made her feel, and you can tell she looks a lot better since she's quit drinking, which I think that's a big deal for Bianca, because we saw her last season where she didn't give a damn when people were telling her, girl, you need to stop drinking. Even Daniel's family was begging her to stop going to the bar and getting drunk, especially when Daniel was nearby. And she's like, no, nobody's gonna tell me what to do when it comes to drinking. If I want to drink, I'm gonna freaking drink. And now she's like, nope, I am saved, I am done with that life. And Daniel and Bianca started working out at this gym, and Bianca did not wear the right bra. Her freaking boobies were bouncing all over the place. I made that amateur mistake the first time I ever went to a gym, and never again. I spent more time trying to hold my tits inside my bra than I actually did working out that day. And Bianca, she was trying her best. She was getting out there, getting in the field. Daniel seemed to be proud of her for at least trying, because this girl probably hasn't worked out since PE class in high school. And then after they were done with their workout, Bianca, I think she went up to the car, she went outside, and Daniel, he had something on his chest that he just needed to get off. He went up to the woman who owns and runs the gym and the Barbell Saves program, and he's like, yeah, so I need to talk to you. And she's like, okay, is this why you haven't been showing up lately? I guess he's been MIA for the past month, and he was going every single day. So she was definitely suspicious when he just suddenly disappeared, especially like, if you're going to a free gym, like, why are you going to switch to another gym when you can go here for free and then get some stuff that's beneficial for your recovery out of it? So he's like, yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. I had a slip up. And he said it was just one slip up. He had a drink, so he went to Vegas to his cousin's wedding, and he said that him and Bianca were fighting over the way he treated her, or over the way she treats him, and he decided to leave and go to the wedding, and he got drunk at the airport, and he said that he really regrets it. And I mean, I will give him credit for at least being man enough to admit that he did slip up, because a lot of people would just be quiet about it and just spiral in silence. With him at least taking accountability, it tells me that he at least wants to change the situation. I don't know, I'm just scared that Daniel might have drunk or drank more than that one day, because he has admitted himself that he thrives on chaos, and in the past, anytime he's relapsed, he has shown that he cannot control it, and he just goes full on balls to the wall when he does relapse, and, you know, keeps going until he ends up back in jail. He admitted that Bianca has no idea this woman is the first person that he has told, and he's pretty much just asking for advice. She said, look, do you need me to call you and check up on you when you don't show up? And he said, yeah, that'll be fine. And, you know, it makes perfect sense now, because I remember hearing from one of my sources, I actually covered this whole wedding drama when Daniel went off to his cousin's wedding, because he was in the wedding. I'm not sure if Bianca was in the wedding, but she was invited to the wedding. She may have been in it too, but I know she was definitely invited to it. So Daniel and Bianca got their tickets to go out to Vegas for his cousin Robert's wedding. And then literally the day they were supposed to go to the airport, my source told me that Daniel started all these fights all of a sudden, and then just dipped out and left Bianca and went to the airport and got on the plane by himself and told her not to come. And she paid for the ticket already, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, he must be trying to go out there and meet up with other females. And I think it did later come out that he was talking to other females, or had intentions with meeting up with girls while he was in Vegas. I don't know if he actually followed through with that. But now it could also explain why he wanted to go so badly to his cousin's wedding by himself, because maybe he was just really in his head, and he knew he was going to relapse, and he knew that Bianca was around, she was going to stop him. I think at the end of the day, Daniel is his own worst enemy. And I don't know, maybe he's going to tell Bianca. I don't remember him admitting that he was going to tell Bianca. I would be interested to see what she has to say when she does eventually find out about this relapse. But Daniel's very disappointed in himself, and just when it seems like everything's starting to go downhill with Daniel, Bianca thinks everything's on the up and up. She's with her friend, and her friend is shopping for wedding dresses, but Bianca was like, you know what, it may be your moment to shine, but right now I'm going to take a moment to shine, because she wanted to try on wedding dresses and just get an idea what it would look and feel like to wear the dress of her dreams. And Bianca's dream dress is a black dress that she wants to wear. And I don't know, the man can't even afford $100 promise ring. I don't think the man's gonna be able to afford a wedding anytime soon. Unless she does like a wedding at the park like Nicole and Tia did, because that would be a much more affordable option. But even then, you gotta buy the tux, you gotta buy the wedding ring. There's a lot that comes along with that. The decorations, unless WeTV's gonna front the bill, which they probably will. It may be irresponsible to rush getting married to somebody when they've only been out of prison for months, but I can kind of see where some of these people are coming from. Like, if WeTV is going to pay for their wedding, hell, I'd be wanting to have a big, nice, extravagant wedding too, because I bet, like, so many of these cast members, they probably would have never even got married and had this big, fancy wedding that they had, like, on the show and stuff, if it wasn't for WeTV fronting the bill. Like Nicole and Tia, for example. I don't see Nicole going out and buying a nice wedding dress and the heels, and Tia getting the whole tux and all the wedding decorations and everything that they got. I feel like if it wasn't for the cameras being around, they probably would have just had a courthouse wedding, or they probably wouldn't even rush to get married as fast as they did. I think a lot of these people probably wouldn't have rushed to get married as fast as they did, but WeTV's probably like, hey, if you get married in the next few months, we'll cover the bill. So they're probably like, okay. I will say, though, last season, I didn't think Bianca and Daniel had any chemistry. And I'm starting to see it this season. Like, the beginning of the episode, when they just moved in their apartment, they definitely seemed like they had chemistry. I just don't think they're compatible at all for each other. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.